In the absence of Mayor Teague, I'm doing his portion for him, so good luck. And if I do something wrong, just slap me over the head and we'll roll on. So anyways, with that, I'll pass the finance over to our chair, Mr. Keller.
Thank you, sir. The first and only item on our list, on our agenda for our meeting this evening, is consideration of a resolution of support for the Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home and authorizing Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home to move forward with applying for the African American Cultural Heritage Action Fund National Grant Program, sponsored by Sarah John Dahl, City Planner. I move we forward this to the full council with a recommendation of approval.
Second.
It's open for discussion.
Ms. John Dahl.
Do you have any questions about this? We also have Betsy, Jane, and Suzanne from the Lattimore Tourist Home, but they are applying for a grant in the amount, they're asking for the full amount of $150,000. There's no cash match required for Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home. They're not asking for you all to help financially support this. They're just asking for your resolution of support and permission to move forward with this grant application.
Because of the type of grant it is and the fact that the city owns the property.
Correct, yes, sir.
They need our
Yes, sir.
blessing, yeah. Ms. McGuire, do you have any concerns about, I know that when I had talked with you, you were saying that the more we apply for these grants, the more likely we are able to receive them. And then this was kind of just we're notified recently that we were able to apply to this.
Sarah received an email, I did as well.
Ms. Betsy, can you?
I'm being
Great job with the progress so far, by the way. If you could give us a little bit of an update on it, that'd be great too.
I will do that. As a matter of fact, I have copies of our annual report that I will distribute before I get out of your hair tonight. But Sarah and I both received notification from the National Trust yesterday that the grant is available. Apparently, it opened up January the 10th. And the deadline is February the 14th. So this is going to be a really short turnaround. And because I am the applicant, the fiscal agent will be Friends of the Lattimore Tourist Home as a 501c3 nonprofit, because that's the way the grant is set up. And because the city actually owns the house, the home, we have to have a letter of your all's approval for us to move forward with this. Talking about the Lattimore very quickly, so currently we've spent a little over $300,000 on that project. Out of that, about $102,000 is grants that we have already received for that project. The balance of that $300,000 is cash that we have raised locally, and some other smaller grants as well. Not only the home is owned by the city, but also all of the property that we have acquired in the process has been deeded over to the city as well. So we have also invested about $33,000 in additional properties to maximize that site. Obviously, you guys are probably aware of the great fence that the Chamber's Leadership Russellville class provided, probably about a $15,000 to $20,000 fence that just really sets that property off. And the other thing I want to mention is this is probably going to be our third try for this particular grant, and I'm hoping that 3 is our lucky charm. But there again, because the city owns the property, we need an official approval from the city to do that. And I think Trey has put together the language for that. Do you have any other? And I have some of our co-chairs from the fundraising committee. Suzanne Alford is here. And of course, you all know Jane Pittman, Russellville Citizen of the Year. Jane, just kind of wave at everybody. So anyway, do you all have any questions?
Is there anything we need to do to expedite this? I mean, what do we need to do?
It's a resolution, pass it
Okay, gotcha. All right.
I will say, if we do get the money, and I'm asking for the max, the grants range from $50,000 to $150,000. I am asking for the maximum amount. This is a capital project. They have like 3 or 4 different categories that you can apply for. So fitting it into that capital project category, and also applying because the Lattimore qualifies for this application because it is a former Green Book site, and that is why it is listed on the National Register. So that's part of the historic significance of that property.
Anybody? There you go.
Okay, is there any, if there's no more questions for either of them, is there any more discussion on item number 1? Okay, all those in favor of forwarding item number 1 to the council with a recommendation of approval, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Item 1 passes. I yield the floor back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Keller. We'll reconvene for the full council meeting at 6 o'clock.